Hello, beautiful seekers. This is Clarity 1129. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. I'm happy to have you here. Today's reading is going to be quick because all the cards are pre-shuffled and it's going to be on trying relationships. There are a lot of relationships in our lives which we would like them to be smooth because we care for the other person, but due to whatever reason, things don't work out fine, and our natural tendency is to blame the other person or see the faults of the other person, right? So this particular reading, we're going to take a look at how you contribute to the relationship, how the person you've come to this reading for contributes to this relationship, what you can do to heal it and move it forward, what they can do to heal it and move it forward. If there are any external influences that are causing this disharmony, and thereafter, can you save this connection depending on which stage you are in? And last but not the least, should you be saving this connection? Meaning, if you finally do save this connection, will you be repeating cycles or will you learn from it and move together happily? You know, it's not going to be that you get back to the same dynamic where one puts in the effort, the other doesn't, or you get back together but the bickering continues. Then there's no point. So we're going to take a look at all of that, and I've got advice cards at the end. All right. So this is what the reading is about. Now, typically, this reading will affect people who are in a romantic relationship, whichever stage you are in. But you can use this to your to any other situation because this is that way pretty general. But I've done a couple of readings of the same kind, and usually it has a very romantic relationship vibe to it. But you can use it for your friendships, for your work relationships, anything where you are facing some sort of discord or disharmony. All right. So having said that, let's move to the pile selection, and I can see Joey's fur here. I'm sorry about that, but it's there everywhere. Well, let's begin. We have pile number 1 with the scintillating tarot, or this malachite crystal, which had a lot of energy in it. So maybe this is a volatile connection. Let's take a look. Pile number 2 is the Mystic Mondays Tarot and this Amazonite heart. Pile number 3 is the original Rider-Waite and this Red Jasper. And pile number 4 is the Light Seers Tarot and this clear quartz. Alright, so we'll do the drill. Close your eyes, my dear seekers, and take a deep breath in. Exhale and relax into it. Slowly open your eyes, and whichever pile you're drawn to, that is your pile. All right. You can choose more than one, but at no time would you force fit anything. All right. If something doesn't resonate, choose another pile or choose another reading altogether. All right. But don't force something into your situation when it's not there. All right. When we talk about tarot readings, basically we are talking about things that you already know, but maybe you're overlooking. So you don't get any news here which you didn't know about, especially in third-party situations. All right. So having said that, let's move to pile number 1. Pile number 1, for those of you who've chosen the scintillating tarot and this malachite crystal, which jumped out of my hand, here is your reading. All right. I will first place your tarot cards and then we'll move ahead. So we have the beautiful 4 of Wands. This is your contribution to the relationship. Sorry, these are your energies. These are your person's energies. What you can do to heal the connection and move it forward. What they can do to heal the connection and move it forward. External influences, the Queen of Swords. Can this relationship be saved? The Knight of Cups. And should it be saved? Justice. Beautiful. Now, in tarot readings, you can often interchange energies. So while this is your side, my dear pile number 1s who've come to the reading, and this is your person's side, if you feel it's switched, then you can make that switch yourself. All right. So pile number 1, what is your contribution to this relationship? And you get the 4 of Wands, which is beautiful energy. You are the person who is, extremely stable and solid, and you bring happiness into the connection. You bring harmony into the connection. You are the reason that this connection is actually staying together. You bring very positive energy. This is a very, this is the 1111 card. It's possible it's because of you that this relationship has been moving so steadily in the past. You bring very positive energy into this connection of yours, into this relationship, whatever be the dynamic. For the person you've come to this reading for, they are in this devil energy. So the conflict begins here. Now the thing about the devil energy, there's nothing to worry about, because there's everything. We all have good and evil in us. We all have light and shade in us. And when I talk about evil, it's not something that, we are murderous or something like that. No. What we are trying to tell you is that there are a lot of fears that are triggered, fears and insecurities. So this devil energy could come out as anger. It could come out as being, aggressive. It could come out as being possessive, being jealous. So many different aspects to this. But the trigger for everything is fear and insecurity. All right. So you have, instead of putting the blame that, see, you are the reason why, try and work on what is the reason. It could also be addictions, any sort of addiction, alcohol addiction, smoking, substances. It could just be food. It could be porn. It could be anything. But anything that is done to an extreme where it's taking you away, it's making you unbalanced. It's taking away that a sense of getting everything in order. You're just trying to numb one portion of your life by indulging in another area of your life, not realizing the damage that you're doing to yourself and others. That is what this devil energy is about. All right. So this is the energy that your person is in. Now, because your person is in this energy, whoever your person is, whether it's in a romantic relationship or a friend or any other familial relationship or a work relationship, this person that you're asking about, it doesn't mean that this person is not invested in you, because I can see a beautiful energy. The rest of the cards are beautiful, all right? So it isn't that they don't care. It isn't that they don't have very strong feelings for you, but they are in this energy, and I think this person may have had a traumatic childhood, or they have, been through something which keeps them stuck. They are extremely insecure, all right? And they keep showing the same patterns. Now, what can you do to heal this connection and move it forward? Like you always do, I believe, pile number 1. You can, you are the one who actually always initiates a reconciliation. I feel you are the one who brings, harmony into this relationship. You always want to give it another chance. You're the one who speaks very nicely. Even if you've had an argument and things have gone bad, you're the one who makes the first move, even though it's this person who is triggered. This person triggers the relationship, and you are the one who goes and makes amends. So what can you do to move and heal the relationship? It's a 3 of Cups. But I'd like to tell you another thing. Along with this 3 of Cups, of being, the stable person, the one who, I guess you really care very deeply for this person, which is why, despite the tantrums, you are the one who always goes and initiates reconciliation, initiates the patch up. It wants to move forward. You don't like sitting this energy, but you need to have very strong boundaries, pile number 1, because if you don't have strong boundaries, this person is not going to come out of the cycle. All right. and what can they do to heal and move this connection in a positive direction. And they get the Hermit card, which is very positive energy. This person needs to self-reflect. Why are they in this energy? What is it about you that triggers them? What is, you are doing nothing but giving them love, giving them kindness, bringing harmony into the situation, bringing all the positive energy. Then why are they getting triggered? They need to reflect upon that, and they need to heal that. If required, they need to take professional help. If they feel that they're not able to just talk to you about it, egos are triggered, then they need to take professional help. If they don't have anyone outside this connection whom they can trust and whom they can speak to, you can try, if depending on what kind of a relationship you are, they can go to any kind of counselor. If you're in a marriage, then they can go to a marriage counselor, or they can just go to a counselor and speak about their problems and why is it that this is happening. But they need to do a lot of introspection to come out of this energy. It's not going to be easy. The devil energy is again major arcana, all right? So it's not something that is a one-off, that they had a temper tantrum and it's not going to come again. They are in this energy. There is something that really needs to work on. Maybe you have come into their life to trigger them so that they can actually reflect themselves and come out of it. We come here for a reason. We sign certain contracts when we come to our life, and maybe you were supposed to come into their life to trigger them. All right, and maybe it is because of that. Maybe you're not aware of it, in the 3D sense, but deep down inside in your subconscious, you're aware of it. That is why, despite the triggers, you still go back to patch things with them, because you're here to teach them and get them to introspect and come out of this energy. All right, external influences, and you get this Queen of Swords. So there is possibly a Libran in your life or their life or both your lives who is possibly influencing this connection. Now, they could be influencing you to bring harmony, or they could be influencing them and telling them that, yeah, you need to, it's all right what you're doing. So it could go both ways. Though seeing that this is an upright energy, I feel this person brings positive influence rather than negative influence. So, but this is for you to decide. There is a Libran, because the Queen of Swords is Libra energy, and this person doesn't mince words, but this person is also a diplomat. All right, when it comes to their own protection, their boundaries are clearly demarcated, but they like generally they like harmony. So it's possible that they are the ones who keep telling you to reconcile, or if they don't, and it's possible that they tell you to close your eyes and give them another chance every time. So it depends on who this person is. For each of you, you'll know who this person is. So if this person is someone who is neutral and you feel that this person is helping you out, it's great. But if you can recognize that this person is always telling you to compromise, and this person is not telling this person to do anything else, your person to do anything else, then you need to work on this. You need to have a talk with this person and tell them that they're not helping the situation, and if they can't help the situation, they don't need to be here. All right? Because it is between the two of you. External influences are always a third party. All right? So this is something that you need to work on. Now, can this relationship be saved? Of course it can, because there's a lot of love here. And I feel the love is both ways. It's just that this person is so insecure that this person may perhaps be extremely possessive. And every time you go out, and you are very positive. I feel you could even be light workers. Your energy is so bright and it's so positive that this person gets triggered, because there will be a lot of people who are drawn to you, and this is what triggers this person, because they want you all to themselves, and that is very low vibe. All right, but it can be worked on. They need to go into this energy, and you can help them do that. You can actually see whether this external influence is positive or not. If you recognize this person is not having a positive influence on you, despite their best intentions, please keep away from this person. Recognize this. Ask this person to go to a counselor, but don't do it in a way that hurts their ego. Make a place comfortable for them, and with love, you can get them to actually change this energy of theirs. All right. And should this connection be saved, and you get justice. And what I see from this is that if you actually see positive change and not a one-time change just to cover up and then going back to that pattern, if you find that after you have worked, both of you have worked on this situation, and they have actually gone through, say, counseling, and they've actually worked, and there is positive change in the sense that both of you started contributing, whatever the addictions were are on a low. If they were, possessive, they're no longer possessive. You are in a healthy dynamic. There is 50-50 here. Then by all means, do save the connection. Take it to the next level. Justice is all about marriage. So is the Four of Wands. If it is indeed that, or if it's a partnership, whatever it is. However, if you feel that it's a one-time thing and things are going back to the same thing, then you may actually need to separate legally from this person. All right, so this could go both ways. Now see, every card in this is positive except your person's energy, whoever they are, and you will know exactly, pile number one, what this is about. So you have to actually take a call, and if this person is willing to work on it, because you are sent as a trigger to them. If it is, if they are willing to work on it, if they're willing to go into this hermit mode, withdraw themselves, work on themselves, and come out of this energy, this Justice card will be positive one, wherein you go and you solidify your relationship, whatever it is. And if this is indeed a situation where they just don't want to come out of it, they keep blaming you for it, and it's taking a toll on you, there's only so much you can do. You have not come here to mother this person or father this person, depending on your situation. You are here to have whatever relationship that you have. Now, even if you are a parent, I think apart from the fact that if you're a parent to this person, that is the only time where you don't give up on them, because you want to get them back on track. But still, there's only, even if you're a parent, there is only so much responsibility that you can take for your child, because a child, once a child crosses 18, they're an adult, and there is so much that you can do. So please don't live in guilt if you are a parent. All right. For every other situation, you have to take that call. And if you find that nothing is coming of it, this person is resistant to change, this person is resistant to counseling, despite your repeated efforts, then it's best to legally separate from this person. All right. So this is as far as your reading is concerned, and we'll take out some advice cards for you, and you get loneliness. I know that I am never alone. So maybe when you began, things were so wonderful, but when they come into this energy, then you feel lonely. Or it could be pile number one, that you are sticking with this relationship despite it taking its toll on you, because you don't like being alone. Maybe this person is possessive, maybe this person is whichever way, but they don't leave you, and you are possibly afraid of being alone. If that is the case, then you need to also seek help and realize that you are wonderful, and you are complete in yourself, and you won't be lonely when you work. You have got so much of light, you have so much of positive energy, but if you feel a lack of self-worth, which is why you're sticking to this, then you need, while they work on themselves, you need to work on yourself too. All right. And then you get Azurite, get laser focused. So right now, there will be times wherein good, happy situations come in your family, or if someone visits you and then you just close your eyes and you feel that, all right, let's just patch things up. Now it's time for you to just get away from all of that and just get laser focused on their healing and on your healing. All right, pile number one. And then you get Mountain, stand your ground. Yes. If this person is resistant to change, when you tell them to move to a counselor or do something, if they are trying to, throw tantrums again, then you need to actually stand your ground and say that either you change or I'm out of here. All right. And you need to stand your ground, because this is not a whim. This is a major thing, and you need to be protective of yourself. And then you get movement. Yes. So if you stand your ground, there will be positive movement in this connection. But you need to stand your ground, and they need to work towards healing. And you need to work on your, issues of self-worth. If you are in this relationship because you're scared of being lonely, you need to work on your self-worth. And they definitely need to work on whatever this devil energy is, which obviously, if you're coming to this reading for, you know exactly what it is. For each of you, it's going to be different. Apply it to your situation, but this needs to be worked on. This is major arcana here. And it's time for you to actually, your person, to do this introspection, take major changes, you to be absolutely stubborn and stand your ground that they do this, and while also working on your issues, and then you take a call. So if you finally see that this is happening and you are persistent with this, then this Justice card would mean that you can take your relationship to the next level, solidify it, legalize it. And if not, then it's time for you to legally separate, depending on what kind of relationship it is. All right, so basically it is in your hand. It's not going to be easy. It will be an uphill task, because when someone is on the devil energy, they don't respond readily. It's not as though you say, see, I think you have this problem and let's go to the counselor and say, all right, let's go. It's not going to be, it won't happen like that, but you need to stand your ground. Otherwise, you need to even temporarily detach yourself from this situation if it needs to be. But you need to, pile number one, for those of you who resonate with this Queen of Swords energy, this person may have Libra as Sun, Moon, Rising, or somewhere in the charts, but you will know, despite the zodiac sign, you will know exactly who this external influence is, and if they're not serving your connection, then they need to leave. All right. For zodiac signs here, you have Capricorn, you have Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, and you have very strong Libra energy. All right. So that's all I have for you. Wishing you all the very best. Remember, you are extremely important, just like the next person, and you're not here to change someone else's life actively. If you trigger them, they are supposed to change. All right. Similarly, no one is here to change your life. You are supposed to take the reins of your life in your hands. So I wish you a lot of empowerment. Pile number one, take care of yourself as you move this connection forward, but know where to draw the line. All right. Do not give more of yourself than you should. That's all I have for you. Sending you lots of love and light. Bye-bye. Pile number two, those of you who've chosen the Mystic Monday Tarot or this beautiful Amazonite heart, this is your reading. I am going to lay the cards for you. This is your contribution to the relationship. 8 of Pentacles, beautiful energy. Your person's contribution to the relationship is the 8 of Wands. What you can do to heal this connection is the 10 of Wands. What they can do to heal this connection, move it forwards, is the Queen of Pentacles. External influences, if any, is the Emperor. Can this relationship be saved? The 4 of Cups. Should this relationship be saved? King of Cups. All right. This is a peculiar reading. Not really. Peculiar in the sense that both of you got very positive energy in this reading. You are a very hardworking person, pile number 2, and you're putting in a lot of effort into this connection. This connection means something to you. You bring groundedness to this connection. You ground this connection. All right. So you work on it. You're invested in this connection, nice and proper. The number 8 could be significant to you. All right. Because you get an 8 and they get an 8 too. Now for them, they get the 8 of Wands. This is, I think, Sagittarius energy. This person is extremely passionate. All right. So they may be very communicative. They bring a lot of adventure into this relationship of yours, no matter what the relationship is. If it is indeed a romantic relationship, then they are the ones who are extremely, passionate. They are the one who brings passion into this connection. But it's very harmonious. What I can see between the two of you is very harmonious energy. So while, they are the fire, bring the fire element into it, you bring the earth, the grounded element into this. So this is a beautiful connection. How can you help heal and move this connection forward? Is you get the 10 of Wands. You are taking the maximum load of this connection, and the only positive way forward is to put down that load. When a relationship reaches the stage wherein you feel you're carrying the burden of the relationship on your shoulders, then it's time to put that burden down. So initially, what I can pick up from here, that when your relationship began, it began as two equals, and then slowly you started putting in more effort. They brought passion and everything, but that's it. You know, when it came to actual working, you got it all on your plate. All right. So they were there for the good times, and they didn't mean to be that way, but that's how they have been. All right. And so this has taken its toll on you. So you are being told to put down that load. And for them, they get the Queen of Pentacles. Now it's time for them to ground this connection. All right. It's for you to now take your leg off the accelerator. Now you've done enough. Now it's time for you to ease the effort that you put into the relationship, and they have to step up. All right, to do something solid for this relationship. They get the Queen of Pentacles, which is beautiful energy. Whether it's to work out and go out for work and get in the money. You know, if that's the dynamic you share, or if it is at home, they have to put in effort, or if it's both, you know, you're putting in effort both at home and outside, and they are putting effort nowhere but just having fun, then they need to, you know, basically give you 50-50. You have been taking on the major load in this connection. For external influences, you have the Emperor. And I feel that this Emperor is it's a very strong feeling. This person could be Aries, doesn't have to be. It's a father figure. All right. And this father figure may have a very traditional dynamic wherein they feel that whoever the male is in this relationship, if at all it's that dynamic, or whoever is their ward, you know, or whoever, for example, I mean, if it is not a heterosexual relationship, say, if it is the same-sex relationship, then whoever's father this person is, this person bends more towards that person, and they feel that that person should have the upper hand in this relationship, and so they encourage that person. And I feel that that person is most likely someone who is, it doesn't have to be actually, if this person is a father figure in your life, then this person tells you to always put in effort, irrespective of what they're doing. Close your eyes, whatever they're doing, you put in the effort, you put in the effort. And this is what is making you come into this 10 of Wands energy, and you need to work, keep that load down. 10 is about completions. You've taken enough, it's enough. And if this person is their father figure, they are advising them to have fun and let all the load come on you, because that's the way it should be traditionally. In that case, then again, basically at the end of the day, this Emperor has to be told that they're not really helping this connection. And for that, pile number 2, you are the one who has to put the foot down, because this person's having a happy time. This person, it doesn't really, they are not in your connection, so we don't have to ask about them. You know, even if they are a parent figure, someone you respect, you admire, you revere, they cannot put you in this spot. And if you see that, you have to stand up for yourself. Sometimes, some battles, only we can fight for ourselves. No matter how close this person is, how wonderful this person is, otherwise, if this person is telling you to encourage this unhealthy dynamic wherein you do all the work, you ground the energy, and this person just sweet talks their way of, you know, just being loving and affectionate and nothing else, then that needs to change. All right? Can this relationship be changed? This relationship can be changed if this person here is not apathetic to the situation. That when you finally actually tell them and this cup is offered, that see, I've been doing all this work and I love you a lot, but now you got to do it. If they understand that and they come into this Queen of Pentacles energy, then wow, yes, this relationship can be saved. But as long as this person is not going to take this responsibility, this relationship is being saved by you because you are doing all the work. And if you want this dynamic to continue wherein you are the one, it really gives me beast of burden vibes. If that's how you want to be, then this connection will obviously go down. They thrive, they are happy, you are unhappy, but you'll keep working. But if you want to change this dynamic, which is why you've come to this reading pile number 2, then if they do not see this, it's time for you to step back from this relationship. Because love doesn't make things move forward, just love. There's a lot of effort that goes into a dynamic, all right? And no matter what relationship it is, both people have to put in equal effort. On some days, yes, it could happen on some, there will be a, say there's some project that you have to do. Sorry for the interruption. There was someone at the door. I just finished this reading. I'll have to do the other piles later. Anyway, so if this person actually puts in that effort and sees this offer and comes to this energy, then this can be saved. Otherwise, it's not worth saving for you, pile number 2. All right. And should this be saved? It should. Ideally, there is a lot of love between the two of you. So when you put down this effort and say enough is enough, there is love enough that this person will rise to the occasion and come into this energy. This person is being influenced by this emperor, or you are, to carry on this unhealthy dynamic. But when they see you withdrawing the energy and saying enough is enough, they love you enough for this to move forward. All right, but it all depends on whether they take responsibility or not, whether you should actually want this connection to move forward. Because if you are going to carry on this burden, it's not going to be, it's not a healthy thing to do. All right, and how long can you do that? Your advice, gratitude. Yes, I think this person is extremely grateful to have you in their life. And now they need to show it by stepping into this energy. All right, because you've been doing all the effort and all the work you've been doing for this connection. You get Labradorite. When they do this, you're going to see magic happen in your connection. Because suddenly this burden is lifted and things are going to be so happy and so wonderful again. And even this emperor will realize that at that time. With Earth Garden, you get stay rooted and grounded. And I think this, I will see the magic here for you, pile number 2. And I'll put this stay grounded here for them because they really need to ground their energy. All right. And last but not the least, you get abundance. Yes, this is a beautiful connection. You've started out as equals. This person knows this. It is this emperor that has been influencing you, either you or them, in a way that only you are putting in effort. You've got to put an end to that. And when you do that, this person, because they love you a whole lot, is going to realize they're going to ground themselves because they're very grateful for all that you've done, for your love, for your compassion, and they're going to do it, put in the work. And then this relationship is definitely going to transform because there's a lot of love here. All right, and you're going to see magic happening. Maybe you both will come together and have a whole lot of abundance. Now, whichever be this relationship, this is how it's going to be, though it gives me very strong romantic relationship vibes because of the emperor. All right, it's not so much a work dynamic here because of this emperor. I feel this emperor is either heavily influencing this person or heavily influencing you, and you have got to decide. All right, but till you take this first step of saying enough is enough, nothing is going to move because everyone else is happy in this dynamic. All right, so that's all I have for you, pile number 2. Wishing you all the best to actually get that courage to say enough is enough, because it takes a lot to be able to stand up for yourself, especially when you've not done it in the past. All right, and especially to stand up to the emperor, because this emperor means something to you. All right, if it was some outsider, who cares? But this person means something to you, which is why you've been just carrying this burden. But even if they are someone who's so very special, they need to be told, because you are just as special. And that's why, you know, Sadhguru is a mystic, Indian mystic whom I follow, and there's one beautiful thing that he says is that don't put anyone, don't look up to anyone, because the minute you look up to someone, you're giving them the potential, to look down upon you. And you don't look down on anyone either. Just look at everyone, no matter what the relationship. Look at them with respect, but just as an equal. Don't put anyone up on a pedestal. So with that, we come to the end of your reading, pile number 2. Wishing you all love and light. Bye-bye. Welcome, pile 3. Welcome to your reading. If you chose the original Rider-Waite or this Red Jasper, this is your reading. I'm going to lay down your cards and then I'll go in. Yes, what I wanted to say is, actually I started filming early morning and I finished with 2 piles, and just before the second pile came to an end, there was a break, but I could still finish it immediately. But then there was this huge break before yours. So I get this feeling that maybe in your relationship there are long periods of silence, no talking to one another. Let's see what comes through your energy for this relationship. And I felt that with this Red Jasper, because Red Jasper talks about our root chakra, and it talks about our basic insecurities and things like that. It's also, though the sacral chakra is associated with passion, but also the Red Jasper can deal with our, since it's the lowermost chakra, it does deal with that as well. Oh wow, your person's energy towards this connection is what they bring to the table is the 4 of Wands, which is beautiful energy. So what can you do to make this relationship move ahead? You get the 5 of Wands, and what can they do to move this connection ahead? And they get the 8 of Swords. I think it should be reversed. Let's see. External influences, Temperance. Can this relationship be saved? Chariot. Should this relationship be changed? High Priestess. Why are you here? Pile number 3. What I can see from here, this is that you are a very passionate, set of people, okay, the 2 of you, no matter what this relationship is. But with the 4 of Wands here, I feel this could be more a marriage even, or a romantic partnership, but it could be anything. But this is, even if it's a work partnership or you're asking about a familial thing, you are very passionate people in yourself, all right? But I feel that the person you have come to this reading for, they are the most stabilizing factor, wherein you are the, person who wants to move ahead. I feel you are more of the Aries kind of personality, and they are more perhaps of the Leo kind of personality. You have a lot of fire energy. You have Ace of Wands, 4 of Wands, 5 of Wands, which is natural when they're 2 passionate people. Arguments are in order, and I feel possibly you, pile number 3, who've come to the readings, you are the ones who get triggered more easily than they do. All right. Again, you have Sagittarius. Okay, let's just and then you have Sagittarius energy, Cancer, and Pisces, as well as Cancer. I take this as Cancer as well. So these are the signs for those who are interested. But what I feel here is that you have a beautiful connection. All right. And though I had said in the beginning of the reading that I felt that there's been a long break in communication, and I feel this just got to do with ego, petty ego, hassles. And I think it's more, I'm sorry to call you out, pile number 3, but I feel it's more on your side because they are caught up in their head more than anything. All right. Now I feel they have some issues dealing with not being good enough for you. All right. For external influences, you have the Temperance card, which basically just means healing. There is no person as such, I feel, that if you do have a Sagittarius in your life who you feel has some say in this situation, then apply that to your situation. But I don't think this is the case for everyone. I just feel the external influence in your life is the need for calm, the need for balance. That is the only thing I feel that is affecting your connection. I don't think there's any third party per se. This is definitely a spiritual connection. All right. You have 3 major arcana here. Can this be saved? Should this be saved? And even for your external influences, I feel it's about you both needing to come into balance. There's a lot of passion here. I don't see cups here. So this may not necessarily be a romantic relationship, or if it is very passion driven. It is not emotional. It's more passionate. Okay, maybe you have, both of you are go-getters. You want to work. You've got great ambition. But still, I feel it is your person who's the stabilizing factor. You are more into the, new beginnings, wanting to step out, that kind of energy. And you are the more volatile one is what I feel. This person may trigger you, but this person is a lot in their head. All right. They have a lot of self-limiting beliefs. So maybe you, come up with things that let's do this, or you're more adventurous, but they are possibly a homebody because they feel that they won't be able to match your energy. So this is something they need to heal. And you get triggered by everything, pile number 3. If you do not resonate with this, choose another pile. But this is very strongly that you who have come to this reading, of course, energies can be interchangeable, but you need to actually be very honest with yourself. If you are the kind of person who likes an argument, who won't, let an argument go, you get triggered by every little thing, then this is your reading, because then you really need to change that. Because this person, if they say no to a certain offer from your side, it's not because they don't want to do it, but they just feel inadequate. So instead of getting triggered by it, if you can actually work on this, try and pacify them and find out what it is that they want and take them towards healing. And at the same time, wonder that why is it that everything that they say triggers you so much? Because you need healing too. We all do. But this is it. Because your connection is a beautiful connection. It is really beautiful. In fact, if you actually look at it like how I have planned to put the cards, that this is your contribution to the relationship, a lot of passion, a lot of need of starting new things. You're the one who, says, let's go here, let's do this, let's buy this, that's the energy that you are. You want to take the first step, even if it's at a workplace. You have bold ideas. You want to start something new. You want to add something on. This person is the stabilizing factor with the four of wands. All right. More stable energy. That's why I felt Leo, because it's a fire sign as well as a fixed kind of energy. And what is it that takes you forward and you get the 5 of wands? Actually, if you look at it, it just feels that there's a very passionate, driven connection. And maybe it could also be for some of you, can interpret it in this way, that for some of you, you are both so driven in your own individual, lanes, that maybe there isn't any interaction, and even friendly banter is good. This card doesn't give me a very friendly vibe. But I feel that if nothing else, even this, you need to have more interaction is what I feel. But this person does have a lot of self-limiting beliefs. So if you find that if as a, pair, you're trying to move ahead, this is the person you feel is holding you back, and maybe that's causing arguments. But this person genuinely has, self-limiting beliefs. They feel they're not good enough and they need to work on their self-worth. And now that you have come to this reading, pile number 3, if you recognize that, then instead of getting triggered by them, You got to help them find out what it is that they're dealing with, what are the demons inside, and help them heal. All right? Because for me, what I can see from this reading is that there is no third party that I can see. Unless, like I said, if there is a Sagittarius you feel who is, though I don't really see it, but you can apply that to your situation. I just feel that you both need to heal your individual. I don't think this person gets triggered by you. This person just feels that they can't keep up with your energy. You are the one who gets triggered by that. So it's about keeping your egos aside and seeing how important you are to one another. Because this is a very, very spiritual connection. Can you save the relationship? And you get the Chariot. This also talks about balance. Temperance, as it is, talks about balance. This is also talking about balance. When you both come into balance, when they feel, they step up because they start believing in themselves, and you stop getting triggered, knowing that everyone cannot be exactly the way you are or have the same, energy that you have. You have to, sometimes in certain relationships, one person is in one way, the other person's complementary, you a perfect foil for the other person. But if you expect both to be exactly the same, it doesn't work. So you need to come into balance. And if you do come into balance, yes, your Chariot will definitely move forward. And should it be saved, this connection can be saved, yes, but should it be saved? And you get the High Priestess. This is so spiritual. You people are an energetic match. You may not realize it. You may, depending on the kind of connection you have, but I feel, you're the kind, if you start a sentence, this person can complete it, or vice versa. You have this ability to understand one another. You both are extremely intuitive. And it being a spiritual connection, I feel it should be saved. Because if you get in sync, you can actually, be alchemists. That's how powerful your connection can be. So I think you should work on your connection, because this can be a very beautiful connection. And if you've come to the reading here, pile number 3, and you resonate with this side, as I said, then I feel that it's very much in your power. 5 of Wands is a minor arcana. It's something that just comes, it's something that you can work upon, which is not such a big thing, meaning you don't have to really put in too much effort. You can just actually, and so is the 8 of Swords for that matter. So you can really work on this. It's a very minor problem. It's not something big. Everything that's positive is a major arcana in your connection. So this can be easily healed. All right, but if you get triggered, you need to hold on to that, and they need to step up by actually, if they may even need help with a counselor or some, they need to see themselves in better light, whatever you need to do for that. And they have to begin this healing. So, you need to speak to them positively. Maybe when you argue like this, they feel worse, they feel even less than. So you need to guard against that, and not make them feel lesser than what they already feel. They may be projecting to you that they're okay with it and they're just not interested in coming, but it's actually, they don't join you and match your energy because they feel they're not good enough. And now that you've come to this reading, I think you can really work on that. And it's not such a thing, because both these energies are minor arcana. This is something that you can work on. It's not something that you can't work on. And the end result is going to be really, really beautiful. Let's take out advice cards. Indecision. So maybe this person is indecisive because they're not sure of themselves, because they don't give themselves credit. Live your purpose, and this is what you want to do. You want to go ahead, and maybe this is your purpose, to actually get this person. It's not your duty to do it, but you are triggering them is possibly going to get them out of this energy. And together, I feel, and that's what I feel. Live your purposes together, because you get the Temperance card here, the Chariot and the High Priestess. This is very spiritual. All right. So it's just some minor tweaking you got to do. This person has to work on themselves, and you've got to, now that you know, not get triggered. I'm not saying that You know, I would never say when a person gets triggered, I don't believe that the person gets triggered without reason. Obviously, there is a reason, which is why you get triggered. So, you know, when you've planned everything and you're saying something so positively, you expect a positive response. And this person, because of their fears, they don't tell you the fear, but they just say no. It's obviously triggering. I can understand that. So it's not calling you out or, you know, pointing a finger. But the fact is that now that you know this is the reason, you can actually work on this so that you can actually move ahead and do wonders as a power couple, the two of you, if you are in that dynamic or whichever dynamic it is. Obviously, if you've come to this reading, this person means something to you. So, whatever be the relationship. Oh, I didn't see this. You get 2 cards. You're the only pile that gets 2 cards, isn't it? I think so. Let's see. Trust your instincts. And this is for you. I think you need to, you know, understand what it is, because you, both of you, in fact, are very spiritual. Peacekeeper, let go of the need to be right. Again, I think this is for you, because you are, and you are the one who's triggered. That's why I've said that you are the one who has the power to actually change things in this relationship, because this person is in their head. This person feels they're not good enough. And while you're not here to, as I said in the last reading, it's not your duty to mother them unless you are actually the mother of this person. All right. But for every other relationship that you've come to this reading for, this is not your duty to do it at all. And even if you're a mother, beyond a certain point, there's only so much you can do. But in this case, it's a very minor thing. It's just that this person doesn't feel good enough. You don't realize that that is what they're feeling. And you get triggered by everything that they don't agree with you with. So this is something you need to also work on. Why is it that everything should happen your way? You need to let go of the need to be right or do things your way. And last but not the least, surrender. And I think this surrender is more for this person that you've come to. This person is to now get out of their head and just surrender to the way things are. In fact, but it's also got to do with you surrendering the need to be right at all times. And I feel now that you've come to this reading, pile number 3, if this has really resonated with you and you do identify with this, then it is in your power actually to change the dynamic of this connection completely, because this person actually might look at you for cues, for guidance. And every time this person says no, just remember, they're not doing it to trigger you, though it comes across like that. They are doing it because they're not, and maybe they don't even realize it, you know. Sometimes when we believe these negative stories about ourselves so much, it becomes a part of our lives. It feels like an integral part of our life. And it takes a trigger to get us out of it. And if there is help, you can shed this energy faster. So I feel the power in this dynamic, lies with you. Or if you feel this side is your person, then if this side is a person and this is you who's come to the reading, then you know that this is it. I can just tell you that you are worth it, pile number 3. If you identify with this side, I'm telling you, you are worth it. But my telling you is not going to change that. You have to learn to believe that. And you've got to do that by taking little tiny steps at a time. And telling yourself and being kind to yourself every step of the way. Actually, right from the time we are little children, there are so many rigid rules around us, and everything is around our worthiness, about having to prove ourselves every single time. And if this doesn't put us in this energy, what will? But you're being asked, to understand that, because now if you've grown up enough to come to a reading and want to get answers, then you're wise enough to know that you are limiting yourself. You know, if there is a physical barrier, then yes, there is a physical barrier that's holding you back. But if it is not a physical barrier and it's a mental barrier, then you are the only person who can get yourself out of it. Yes, you can take assistance, but even going to a counselor for assistance is also taking a step forward. So you need to give yourself a pat on the back for that, even for making that decision to go there. So be kind to yourself, pile number 3, whether you identify with this side or this side, be kind to yourself and know this is a minor hitch that can be fixed. It doesn't feel like that perhaps if you're in the eye of the storm, if you're in the fight at this time, if you feel this person is not putting in their effort. The fact is this person is a very stabilizing person in your life and you see that. They are in awe of you most likely, but they do not feel good enough. They feel they're not able to match you. And this is all in their head. Actually, you're an energetic match. You just need to come into balance. You've got a very, very brilliant and bright future in front of you. And you together are going to live your purpose and going to be so wonderful for all the people around you and maybe on a larger scale as well. But you need to work on these energies. I use my intuition in all aspects of my life and trust your instincts. You both are extremely intuitive. Just surrender and follow your inner guidance. Stop controlling every little thing, you know, and let things fall into place. And that's all I have for you, pile number 3. I hope this reading resonated, because this is a beautiful connection. It'll be sad if you can't, you know, work past these minor challenges. I feel that if you actually work on it, maybe in a few months' time, depending on how how much you both are able to control your energies and, you know, go with the flow a little more and be accommodative of one another, in a couple of years' time, you'll actually be looking back on this and laughing, you know, that, my God, what were we thinking? Because it's going to be that beautiful, whatever it is, whichever relationship this is. But if it is a romantic partnership, you're going to actually laugh because there's so much you're going to achieve. It's such a special connection. All right. So that's all I have for you. Sending you lots of love and light. Bye-bye. Last but not the least, pile number 4, welcome to your reading. For those of you who've chosen the Light Seers Tarot and this beautiful clear quartz crystal. I love this crystal. You know, whenever I go to a tarot reading, if this is there, I'm just naturally drawn to this. This talks about clarity. This talks about the truth. And maybe some things are hidden in your dynamic. Let's see. I'll lay down the cards first and then we'll talk about it. Ooh. Your contribution to the connection, you get the 5 of Pentacles. Your person's contribution to this connection, 7 of Swords. What's happening here, pile 4? What you can do to heal this connection and move things forward, Queen of Pentacles. And what can your person do to heal and move this connection forward, Queen of Cups. Oh, external influences, the Fool. Can this connection be saved? The Hierophant. Should this connection be saved? The Six of Cups. Of course it should. This is, oh. Pile number 4. The two of you are hiding your feelings from one another. Maybe you are not so much, but they are. But you might give a codependent vibe and they run away from it. All right, maybe they don't feel good enough, but they, and maybe because you feel that, you know, you've put all your eggs in one basket. You feel they are everything and you've possibly given so much that, you know, it's a very codependent kind of dynamic. You feel very lost without them. You feel left out in the cold. You feel, you know, that no matter what you do, you are not good enough. That kind of feeling that they've just... And this person out here, they don't want to... when you talk about swords, it's all in your head, all right? And they're being deceptive. They're not telling you what they feel. They're not telling you what they think. These are such heavy energies, pile number 4, that you bring to this connection. I mean, how did a connection take place in the first place if this is the energy between the two of you? I feel that, you know, in the past, when you've actually come in together, no matter what the dynamic is, you were equals. But somewhere, this connection has lost its dynamic. You put in so much of effort, you've put them on a pedestal, and they've got triggered and they've run away. Alright, and now you feel heartbroken. But you need to work on yourself, pile number 4. You are not dependent on anyone. You are not someone who's going to just crumble just because this person's support is not there. No, don't give them so much power. Empower yourself. And that's why you get the Queen of Pentacles. This is who you are deep down inside. You don't see it because you've given your power away to this person here. But you are being asked to find your inner power. It's there. It's just that you don't see it. How can you see yourself? You're not even looking at yourself. You're looking elsewhere. If this person gives me a compliment, I am good. If this person doesn't look at me, I am not worthy. And you are always worthy. Whether this person comes to your life, doesn't come to your life, anyone else does or doesn't, you are this beautiful Queen of Pentacles. You've got it all. But you need to see yourself in this light. You need to work on yourself. The Queen of Pentacles is a very grounded queen. She is abundant. She takes good care of herself. She knows her worth. And she does everything that makes her secure and happy. And she doesn't depend on anyone for it. And this is you. With this key here, you got the power to unlock this queen inside of you. But you're just waiting for this person. And this person has no power to make you this. You are the only one who has the power to make you this. You know, if this person doesn't show this energy and this person comes back and gives you everything that you need, after some time you will still feel this energy. You know why? Because you don't feel this from within. After some time you will start doubting whether this person's been praising you just like that or not. Because unless you see yourself like this, no one can convince you that you are this. And you are this. But you have to work on yourself now. Alright, just pull your energies away from this person. As it is, I feel this person's pulled their energies away from you because they find you too clingy, possibly. And you know, self-worth always makes you more attractive. When you keep chasing someone, that someone feels you, of course, pander to their ego, but they also don't find you very attractive. They feel there must be something less than, that's why you're clinging on them, you know. Who wants clingy energy? So you need to work on yourself if you want to move this connection forward. Alright, and for them, they need to express themselves. This is how they truly feel for you, pile number 4. They've got a lot of love here. This is Queen of Cups, Cancerian energy. They have lots of love for you. And this Queen of Pentacles is Virgo energy. Virgo or possibly Capricorn as well, or Taurus. This person has so much love for you, but this person refuses to show it to you. And more so because you're so clingy. Maybe this person likes a certain sense of freedom and they feel if they show you this love, you'll just take away their freedom by clinging so tight, and they don't want that. External influences, you get the Fool. And I feel by this external influence again, there isn't any third party here. There isn't any person per se. But the Fool is the need for a new beginning. The Fool is a need for looking at things from a new perspective. This in the sense that it's not like the Hangman. A Fool is someone who's taking that leap of faith, And I think this is the energy that both of you need to embrace. You need to embrace this energy that I don't care whether this person comes or not. I am going to give myself all that I need. And I'm going to begin my journey towards my soul growth. That is the energy that you need. And they also need to, embrace their authenticity. Let me show my authentic self. Why am I wearing a mask? Why am I not showing my true self? I can tell them that I love them, but I can also tell them that I feel you're clingy. You both need to see yourselves for who you are and show your real selves to each other. But if you don't show yourself the real you, how can you show the other person? You both are wearing masks. This person definitely to hide their feelings. They are definitely wearing a mask, but in your case, you don't even realize it. And you both are really in need of a new beginning, but first towards yourself. Before you bring the other person into the dynamic, you need to work on yourself. You definitely, pile number 4, if you resonate with this, you need to work on your self-esteem. You need to work on your self-care. You need to work on self-love. You need to work on your physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being before you even look in this direction. And when you do that, this person is not going to show this side. This person is going to do a U-turn and come back to you. There is a lot of love here. Can this relationship be saved? Of course it can. You get the Hierophant. See, these 3 cards again, like the last pile, is extremely positive. Extremely positive, and these 2 are major arcana as well. Can this be saved? Yes, it can. And with the 6 of Cups here, should it be saved? I feel you've known each other for a very long time, but you've been looking at this person with, rose-tinted glasses. You've been keeping them on a pedestal. They have a lot of love for you. There is this soulmate connection between both of you. You feel naturally drawn. But you have become so clingy in the recent past, and I'm not calling you out in a judgmental kind of way. There are so many, to be honest with you, I feel, not just culturally, but even, books and movies, so many of them teach us actually to give so much to the other person, but none of them teach us to give to ourselves. This whole thing of you complete me, you are my world, you are my everything. It's everything about you and nothing about me, meaning without you, I'm nothing. No, you are. You are everything without the other person, and that person's everything without you. And then these 2 everythings will meet. All right? And this is what you need to understand. Should you save this connection? By all means, yes. You're soulmates. You bring each other a lot of happiness. A lot of happiness. Whatever your dynamic be it a romantic relationship, a familial relationship, a friendship, a working relationship, right now, there's nothing, because, you may have been friends as kids, but you've grown to depend on this person a lot, to the extent that you've stopped seeing what's special in you. And they are getting a little stifled by it, because they may be, with this 7 of Swords here, they may have strong air placements. And they feel you're very clingy. But this connection can definitely be saved with the Hierophant. This is a very spiritual card. You know, for those of you who are in a romantic dynamic, there is a potential for marriage here. If you are not already, this person will see you as their Queen of Pentacles, which is the perfect partner in marriage. Alright, there's a lot of love here, and you both know it. But right now it's a very unhealthy dynamic, because if you actually move ahead because you've known each other for so long and just tie the knot, it is going to be extremely unhealthy. Till you've worked on yourselves, coming together will be a big no-no. It will not help you work on yourself. If you just come into a union right now, I don't see this connection prospering for very long. However, if you work on yourself and you see yourself as this will get this person to turn around and see you as someone who is, you know, standing in their power, someone who has self-respect and self-love, someone who's not going to cling to them and stifle them and their zest for life. And this person will show you all the love that they have inside of you. Right now, it might be even bordering on sympathy with this kind of energy that you are showing them. And I hope I don't sound harsh to you, pile number 4. That's not the intention. I really, really am concerned, and I'd love you to come out of this energy, because this is who you are. But you need to see yourself like this. And when you see yourself like this, they're going to come immediately, because they will see it too. You know, how we love ourselves teaches other people to love us. And this is something that you need to take home from this reading. Let's take a look at your advice card. You get grief. Yes, it's written all over you right now with this 5 of Pentacles, and it's not an easy energy. But you can't sit and wallow in this energy for very long, because you have the power to change it, no one else. This person does not have the power to change it. Only you do. Because if they do try and fix it by saying, oh, it's all right, I'm always there for you, you know, after some time you'll again be in this dynamic. It'll be very cyclical and you won't like it. Grief will be a constant part of your life then. Because only you have the power to empower yourself. They don't. They can empower themselves. They can't empower you. You have to empower yourself. You get hematite, ground yourself. This is for both of you. To ground yourself and ground this connection more than anything else. And for which you need to see yourself, empower yourself and see yourself for who you are. And they need to be able to express themselves and stop wearing a mask. And, oh, you've also got to connect with your emotion. This is more for your person. They need to connect with their emotions and not run away from them just because they feel the depth of your emotion. It's scaring them away. But they are the Queen of Cups. They have this lot of emotion here, but they also have a need for freedom. Make plans and focus. Yes, this is for you, pile number 4. Get clear on who you are and how empowered you are. And then if you find that, you know, over the years you've neglected yourself, then slowly, baby steps, come back. Make plans. What are you going to do? Maybe you'd like to, you know, join a course, do something. If you're working, want to work, develop your skills towards what you want to do. First of all, write it down. You know, for some of you, if you've been in this energy for very long, you might not even know what makes you tick, what makes you happy. First, find out what makes you happy, what brings you joy. Write it down. Then see what can you do. And during this time, make plans. How are you going to take care of your physical body? Do you need to work out? Are you eating right? Have you been neglecting what you're eating? Do you drink enough water? Start off with basics. Are you getting enough sleep? Start out doing those basics. Start ticking them off, you know, those boxes. These are things which I have to do always for my physical, you know, needs. Thereafter, go on to your mental needs. How can I, you know, learn certain things, learn a new skill? How can I keep my brain active? And every now and then you will feel the sense of grief. Obviously, we are not switches. You switch it on and switch it off. No, this grief will be there every, because when you start working on yourself, your ego will start pushing in. It's not worth it. Look at this person. They don't care about you. What will you do? Just shut your mind that time and focus on little things. So it's important for you to plan. When you plan, you just work on your plan. So anytime these negative emotions come up, focus on the next step in your plan. So then work on your emotions. Tell yourself, repeat over and over again. Actually make a mantra that you are good enough, that you are the best, that there is no energy that's stronger than yours, that you are doing great physically, you're doing great mentally, you're doing great emotionally, you're doing great physically, and you're doing all this on your own. And you are your biggest cheerleader. Tell yourself if you have to. Repeat it every morning, repeat it every hour, repeat it at night, till it becomes a part of your psyche that you are this wonderful, empowered human being. Alright? But make plans to be able to follow this plan. And you just watch how things change in your life. Last but not the least is anxiety. Yes, there is a lot of anxiety for you to, the whole idea of doing things on your own might be making you anxious, because maybe they've been there with you for so many years that you suddenly don't know what to do. All right, but you have this power to do everything for yourself, and the minute you do this, you just watch, mark my words, how things are going to change, because this is a beautiful connection and it's got great potential to grow. But right now, in this dynamic, if you force this connection to happen, you will part ways, or you will be in a very unhealthy dynamic wherein you're not going to be happy. So you need to empower yourself first, and this will trigger them to face their, emotions, connect with their emotions, face their own fears. Why they're wearing a mask? Why are they so scared? This will change, but it has to begin with you, pile number 4. So that's all I have for you. I'm sending you lots of love and light. I know you're going through a bad patch. It will change, and you will change it, pile number 4. And we are rooting for you here. All right? Sending you lots of love and light. Take care and keep up the good work. And if you haven't begun, start now. It's never too late. It's never too late to be your biggest cheerleader. All right? So with that, we come to the end of this pick a card reading. I hope it helps and brings you clarity, and it gives you direction to move forward. Bye-bye.